East Alabama school resource officers are a special breed of law enforcement.
The current heat wave across East Alabama continues to roll on through the rest of the week. We'll tell you how hot the temperatures will be coming up.
It's game week for Jacksonville State. We'll check in with the Gamecocks coming up in sports. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News for Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
When a high-speed police chase ended in a smoky crash in front of Pleasant Valley High School last week, a sheriff's deputy serving as the school's resource officer was on the site and ready to respond. Deputy Seth Kirk jumped out of his patrol car and chased the suspect, who was running toward a building where about 400 students were in class. Kirk, a Pleasant Valley graduate himself, who began working at his alma mater just 4 weeks ago, stopped the 41-year-old assailant and took him into custody before anyone was harmed.
I gave him commands to get on the ground, maybe used a few filler words, and then he decided to surrender. As I was approaching him,
Kirk's actions highlight the role that officers can play as a school on the school campus, but the job is not always so action-packed. The National Association of School Resource Officers, which is based in Hoover, says that on-campus officers serve 3 roles. They're teachers, informal counselors, and law enforcement officials. Even though these roles are pivotal, funding for them can be difficult.
Jacksonville School Superintendent Mike Howard formerly headed up a county school system with 19 campuses. He said the number of school resource officers employed by each school depends upon how much money a system has to pay them. He said a recent shift in state funding allowed schools to use more money for safety, including SRO salaries. Still, he said each school system decides independently how they will fund officers in these roles. Jacksonville City Schools, for example, has more than one SRO per school, with the city helping foot the bill.
Having SRO on campus just adds another layer of safety and security. Everybody has the right to feel safe when they enter into a school building.
Back at Pleasant Valley, the high school is showing appreciation for Kirk, not with dollars and cents, but with words. There, the school marquee has been transformed into a thank you note for the SRO, and for Kirk, the sentiment is mutual.
this is a community I grew up in, and being there for whoever needs me, it's very rewarding.
When we come back, we'll tell you about some special artwork now on display at Jacksonville State University.
Well, my name is Mike Craven, and we recently purchased an open carport, metal carport from Waldrop Manufacturing. I have an extra car. We have a very small home, very small driveway, and I needed somewhere just to park another vehicle, just out of the weather. And I had been told by 2 or 3 friends that knew we had recently remodeled a home that Waldrops were the people that you need to go talk to. I was in that area one day and I thought, hey, I'll just stop in, and I did without calling, and greeted warmly, well taken care of. It was just, really the whole process was just good from day one.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
A contemporary art show displaying the work of 13 women artists working in Alabama is now on display at the Manners Art Gallery in Hammond Hall on the JSU campus. Morgan Worsham, Art Gallery Coordinator for JSU, says the name of the exhibition is Embodied Contemporary Takes on the Dress. The artists were all given the challenge of creating a unique work that fit into the overall theme.
Each piece includes a life-size dress, a headdress that hangs from the ceiling, and then a wall element that is kind of like a process behind how they made the dress. And several have made dresses that pertain to their heritage or their family history. Some made dresses just based on their art style. one artist, her husband passed, and so she used his clothing to kind of make a mourning gown of sorts. So some very therapeutic things, a lot of heritage and life experience kind of went into each piece.
Worsham says a reception for the artist will be this Thursday afternoon from 5 to 7 in the gallery, with several of the artists expected to attend. That reception will be free and open to the public.
Also on display this month in the Roundhouse Gallery at JSU is an exhibit of recent work by the faculty of the university's Department of Art and Design. Many of the pieces could be described as what I did this summer.
A lot of our faculty traveled abroad this summer. Our department head, Bryce Lafferty, went to Italy. Our photography professors went to Greece. We had another professor that had a residency in Iceland last year. So a lot of their work that's in the Roundhouse Gallery that is kind of connected to this show, it exhibits a lot of their experiences traveling abroad, which I think is really great that they can bring that back to our students and our community.
Both of these exhibits are free and open to the public during regular gallery hours, which are 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. When we come back, we'll tell you about your chance to address the Anniston School Board as it considers reorganizing its facilities.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
If you have an interest in how Anniston deals with its shrinking student population and surplus buildings, the City Board of Education wants to hear from you next week. The board members are holding what they're calling a school reorganization conversation next Tuesday, starting at 5:30 at Anniston High School. Parents of students in the system are also invited to go to the school board's website and fill out a survey before going to that meeting.
Well, Mike, it was hot today. So hot, it's hard to imagine it getting any hotter.
It's very hard to imagine that, but I think John Holder might tell us tonight how hot it's going to get.
John, what's the weather looking like for tomorrow?
Mike and Katie, indeed, tomorrow may very well be the hottest day so far in 2023. We will talk about the complete hot forecast for all of East Alabama next.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Temperatures continue to rise by a degree or two every day. Today, no exception. 97 for the high this afternoon, way above average for this time of year. 71 for the low this morning. We go back to another heat wave in August back in 2007 for our record high temperature, 104 back in 2007. The record low, 55. You see the averages and the sunrise sunset times, 6:11 tomorrow morning, 7:22 tonight. Weather on your street here in East Alabama. Anniston Avenue in Piedmont on the south end of town. 73 degrees tonight, but the heat advisory continues. This heat advisory from the National Weather Service in effect continuously all the way until 9 o'clock on Wednesday night. That means basically the heat's going to be with us even in the evening hours all the way through the next couple of days. So get ready as the heat advisory continues on Anniston Avenue in Piedmont. On your Wednesday, the hottest day yet, 99 tomorrow. We expect a lot of backyard thermometers are going to see 100, maybe 101 tomorrow afternoon. Hillcrest Drive in Sachs It is going to be hot in Sax and all across Calhoun and Cleburne counties. If you don't see 100, you're going to see at least 99 out in Sax. And as we look at the rest of the week, folks, the heat wave just rolling on. Recreation Drive at Oxford, that is down by Oxford Lake. That's where they have the splash pad. I would imagine that's going to be a very busy place the next couple of days, folks trying to cool off. We're close to 100 the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday, into the weekend as well on Recreation Drive in Oxford if you're trying to cool off. The 7-day forecast, we have some relief coming, but it's going to take a while to get here. We're trying to be optimistic with the numbers here and not put the triple digits up there. But folks, don't be surprised if we see 100 on a lot of backyard thermometers in the next several days. 99 tomorrow, 98 on Thursday, 99 on Friday for high school football, 99 on Saturday at 4:30 for Jacksonville State football. Just get ready for the heat, folks. We do see some relief coming. Sunday, only a 20% chance of a shower, but at least there's a chance. 94 for the high. And then next week, a big cool down coming. 90 on Monday. By next Tuesday, we could be looking at temperatures perhaps in the low 80s, about 15 to 16 degrees cooler than what we're seeing this week coming in about a week. It's just going to take us a while to get there. Here's how it sets up all across Alabama. Excessive heat all the way through at least Wednesday. The heat advisory that's in effect through Wednesday night at 9 p.m. will probably be extended all the way through the weekend. You see all of Alabama, basically from north central Alabama to south central Alabama, covered in this heat advisory. Heat index values, want to draw your attention to that, 105 to 109 for the next couple of days. I think that's going to continue Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Hey, check out my morning forecast right back here on EAN News. That's going to be every morning. Check us out early in the mornings here for your morning forecast. Right now it's sports time. We've got Chase Robinson standing by, going to talk about Jacksonville State football and that hot game coming up this weekend. Chase?
Thanks, John. It's game week for the Jacksonville State Gamecocks as they count down to their Week 0 matchup with UTEP. This week is a historic week for the Gamecocks as they will make their FBS debut as well as Conference USA debut as UTEP comes to JSU Stadium. Coach Rich Rod met with the media today and he talked about the importance of this game, but also how this game ushers in a new era of Jack State football.
Every game is important, and any coach will tell you that, but you know, I think it's a new venture and a new step for us, and I'm not going to put my head in the sand and think, okay, all of a sudden we've just arrived. I mean, trust me, there is a lot of things we still have to do to be a good 1A program, a lot of things, and we're trying to. I'm the worst person as far as patience there is, so I want it all right now. I ain't got it all right now, but nobody does. I mean, no coach, or especially no coach in the transition from a 1AA to 1A is going to have it all right now, but we're getting there.
The wait is over to see who the starting quarterback will be. Rich Rod gave us the name today, and it was the name most of us were expecting to hear.
Yeah, Zion will probably start. I think he, you know, as long as the week goes the way we expect, I would think Zion would. But Logan's going to play, and I think Tayshawn will be ready to play as well.
Quarterback Zion Webb was cleared by the NCAA in the spring to compete in his 7th season of football. He's not the only Gamecock, though, that will be back for year 7. Safety Jeremiah Harris will also be back for his 7th season and excited to get back on the field with the Gamecocks, especially since he thought last year was going to be his last season.
Going into last year, I thought it was going to be my last year. I didn't know I was going to get my year back, so it's kind of like I'm just reliving another year. So it's a weird feeling, I can say.
With Reb returning at quarterback, his center, Traylon Brown, talks about how calm Webb is under pressure. We are one day closer to the high school football season, and we continue previewing teams tonight, and we'll preview the Piedmont Bulldogs. The Piedmont Bulldogs under new leadership for the 2023 season as Jonathan Miller comes to Piedmont from Sax. One thing Coach Miller is looking for this season is leadership from the offensive and defensive lines.
If you look at good football teams that are successful year in and year out, they're good up front. So We want to keep that tradition going at Piedmont, and a lot of new starters, especially on the O-line. We got some D linemen back. I think the D-line will be a strength of our team, and I hope the O-line follows suit, and I think they have the opportunity to. We got some size and some guys that are older that maybe not have played a whole lot before, but I think they're ready to take the next step.
Jack Hayes has been the leader at quarterback for the last 4 years and broke a number of records in his time with the Bulldogs. But Hayes has graduated, and Cole Wilson will lead the Bulldogs on offense. Coach Miller talks about what he's seen from Wilson this summer.
Cole's a guy that can throw the football extremely well. He can make all the throws. He just needs experience. That's the big thing for him. He's not a between the tackles runner like Jack was. You know, you don't have very many of those at the quarterback position. But Cole's a capable runner, but he's going to make his mark throwing the football. He's got to learn to make great decisions for us, but I think he's got a lot of ability, and I think he can have a big year for us.
The Piedmont Bulldogs will open up the season week 1, September the 1st at home against Cherokee County. And that's it for sports. Let's send it back over to Mike and Katie.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
You can find us here online every weekday evening starting around 6:30 on either Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our video feed and watch the news whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.